I'm James Brown, and I'm a little skeptical. Podcast listenership has grown at a steady pace so far this year. That's according to podcast journalist Nicholas Qua. According to the latest Infinite Dial report, an estimated 140 million Americans over the age of 12 identify as monthly podcast listeners. That's up 16% year over year. That's the first time that podcast listenership has exceeded 100 million Americans a month. Tech newsletter The Information says EW Scripps wants to sell Stitcher. That's one of the largest podcast hubs in the world. SiriusXM and Spotify are said to be interested. Scripps has been in the podcast business for about half a decade. They paid over $50 million for ad system Mid-Roll Media in 2015 and about $4.5 million for the Stitcher app in 2016. Spotify has to be considered the favorite to acquire it. They've been on a buying spree. They've spent hundreds of millions of dollars on content makers and technologies. Most recently, spending more than $100 million acquiring the rights to Joe Rogan's podcast, and more than $250 million on Bill Simmons' website, The Ringer. According to The Verge, Reddit will ban r/The Donald and Chapo Trap House, among 2,000 other communities, after updating its content policy to completely ban hate speech. Chapo Trap House is the highly popular Dirtbag Left podcast. Its subreddit is described as a spin-off of the show. The Donald, of course, is a quarantine page dedicated to President Donald Trump. At the same time, Google is banning several prominent far-right and white supremacist channels. Also, Twitch, owned by Amazon, temporarily banned President Donald Trump for hateful conduct that was aired on its stream. On that note, I'm James Brown, and I bid you good night.